Hi, this is Jason Chantry. I'm recording my demonstration for Enhancement 5. I'm just going to go objective by objective here, and I'll just pause in between while I get things ready. So objective 1, the add new category and add new products views are HTML5 valid. So if I go, first of all, I guess you can see that I'm running just the controller there. And it loads my page. So add category, I'm going to do validate. CSS and HTML has no errors. I do have a warning here, but I'm going to look at that later. But it says that the rubric says it needs to be error free, so I think I'm good there. Let's go back and do add product and do a validate. And both of those are error-free. So then objective 2, the functions PHP page contains the new function. So in my controller here, I used to have all of my nav list building over here. So that's now just calling this function, which I included up here. And here's the function here in my functions PHP. So it runs this and returns nav list in a string format, and I just could then use that in my code. All the controllers have to replace it, so that's my index. Let's see, my products controller. You can see I commented it all out. There it is there. So categories, and then passing that through, and accounts. Let's go up here, and there it is there as well. So I actually deleted the code there. So to see that, and you'll see that I did add an echo in there at one point to make sure that it was running. I even added echoes over here so I could actually make sure that everything was running properly, but you can see that it's still bringing in my view our miscellaneous product line, view our rocket product line, so that's how I know that that's still working. Even when I go home, that's all still working as well. So should be meeting that one. The PHP server-side validation code, so for new category, new product. So if I go into, let's see, I'm going to do no validate, add category, it tells me I need to provide a valid category name, so that's server side. And I'm just going to refresh here. And if I do add category, it says please fill out this form. That's the client side. So let me go back and add product. I think that's in a different objective, but let's see, no validate. I have nothing in here. I could put something, but still would say add product. Please fill out all the fields. And then since that validate canceled, now it'll say on the client side, please fill out this field. So both client and server side validation is functioning. So the client side, I guess, is objective 5. So I demonstrated that one. Let's move on to images. So I'm just going to say, hi there, and add product. Please select a file. Oops. Let's add product. Now please select that file. Now price, actually, I did default that, so technically there's a value there. I might delete those out of there, but I did test those and they're working. You can see that in my code. I guess I could actually delete it. Let's see if that'll work. Yeah, so please fill out that field. So I'm going to say that's $1. In stock, let's delete that. Add product. Please fill out this field. I did just show the size, but we'll show that again. So size. And I don't know what that's supposed to be, if that's supposed to be a number or text, but I guess you could say, like, if you wanted to put in extra large or something. I guess that would be a text field. So let's add product. Please fill out this field. Product. This and this one, because it has choose a category, that's something that it didn't cover, whereas before it used to be a blank. But when I went through the activity, he was saying to add this choose a category. So I'm going to have to add that validation, but if there's nothing there, which I can't actually do, it will come up with that client-side error. But I'll have to see, maybe that's in the next lesson or something. So please fill out. Then if I add my product, it will. That's some echoing that I have for actually grabbing the file from the client's computer and moving it to the, copying it to the server, which we haven't had instruction on yet, but I'm still trying to figure that out a little bit. So anyway, category, that one is only one, so add that. Those actually I can go back and show you if I refresh this page. So this is for the inventory, that test one I just put in will pop up here. So here's my test. And then my client categories. There's my test category. So all right. So demonstrating that the form is sticky, I'll have to turn the validation off. Because with validation it just keeps going down the line and saying to keep adding. So I'm going to say I'm adding another anvil, and if I turn validation off, then what it does, it will go through, it reloads the page, but now my anvil is still there. It says please fill out the fields. So this is a new anvil, and no validate. So it reloads, it's still there. My files do that as well. Just add whatever. No validate. Oh, well, they did, so you have to mark me on that one, I guess. They were doing it, but for some reason that's not anymore. I must have changed something. No. Oh, that's please fill out no validate. So my 1.0 is still there. Stock, size, weight, Ogden. So I'll leave one, no validate. So has all of this, and this is that same problem. I've got to figure that out. Again, I didn't really go through that part of the validation, so I guess I'll have to figure that one out on my own. And those used to work. I don't know why they're not when I'm demonstrating it now, of course. Yeah, so I'll have to look at that. I'll put a message in there before the end of the day. After I submit this, I'll resubmit another one showing that it's working, if I can get that working. So anyway, that's so also part of Objective 5 is showing all the filter inputs. So here's my products, PHP. So I have all I got my floats in here, and my float reminded me to do the allow fraction, which helps with the price. Again, these other ones I left as string because the size could be anything. There's no real specification as to whether that should be a number or text or whatever. So I've got all those in there, and in categories, see, that's let's see, I think that's up. Sorry. Where am I at? Category. Oh, it's right there. That's one that I forgot to add. So let me pause this real quick. Okay, so yeah, I missed that one, so I just added it in real quick. I commented out my old line there, so I have my filter input, which is a sanitize string, to demonstrate that is still working. Let's go back to here. Fresh. Let's do add category. So if I turn my validation off, that's still working. If I put in new category, add a category, then I come back to my categories here. You'll see a new category there. So that's working. Okay, so that's objective 5, 6. Both views are valid HTML. I think I already did that in objective 1. I'll add new category and new product. So those both views. Already did that. Shows that both client-side and server-side validations are working. Did that. So that's everything. So thank you.